that other one? Did you see the other one that actually had to do with the storyline? Where it's like the actual guy who died in real life was part of the crew. It's like his fucking family go to his house and whatnot. And...
I've never seen anything Ghostbusters related.
Really? You've never seen Ghostbusters?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
It just wasn't my thing growing up.
Alright. Well, I'll have to watch it sometime. It's a pretty, cult classic.
Yeah.
As they say. And, I mean, you got Slimer, who's, like, notorious. Everybody knows Slimer.
The fuck's a Slimer?
The fucking green ghost guy. I got him on top of my TV right there eating hot dogs.
Oh.
You must have seen fucking Slimer in, like, various cartoons and shit.
I'm sure I've seen Slimer. I just look at that thing and was like, what's Snot Monster doing up there?
You thought it was a snot monster?
What's Snot Monster doing with Rocco and the boys?
He's just chilling. Just chilling, mowing down on some hot dogs.
Ah, hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
How do you say it like that?
I have a friend of mine named Joel. Shout out to Joel. And he, we went to Electric Forest on my birthday. And I don't know why, but he, like, took popcorn and hot dog. And then took all, like, the O's and replaced it with U's. There's popcorn and hot dog. Popcorn. And I don't know why. It's just so funny to say.
That's so silly.
Hot dog. Popcorn. So, I'm sure whenever we do more podcast episodes, you'll hear me say that, and you're either going to be like, ha, that's a thing, or, oh my god, dude, stop.
Oh my god, he's doing it again, dude. Punch him in the head.
Oh my god, please. Please. For the sake of my own children, stop.
Oh, for the love of God, stop it.
So anyways, welcome to the Brahman podcast.
Brahman! Welcome back.
And we're actually experimenting a new setup for the Brahman. We're out in the living room.
Oh, yeah. Well, a little more separation, so you can't be sexually rubbing my leg under the table anymore and getting me all excited.
God damn it. I missed that.
Well, I'm getting used to it.
So I'm over here lounging on the futon like a freak, and you're sitting there sophisticated like on a recliner. Which that's great.
I mean, it makes sense. I'd be the one looking sophisticated while you'd be looking like a wild animal.
I do look like a wild animal, but I smell like a flower. It's like a Sour Patch Kid. Only like I'm just like, God, he looks so fucking disgusting, but God, does he smell like fucking heaven.
Speaking of your sense, why don't you tell the people about your newest addiction?
Oh yeah, so so for people who don't know and people who do know, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to keep bringing this up, but I have a weird obsession with cologne. I have ever since I was a child. I had a very traumatic experience where I went to school one day when when you're going through puberty finally and you're transitioning from I need to stop. I've never used deodorant till maybe I should start using deodorant.
Yeah, when all of a sudden you smell disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I went to school one day and I just didn't put deodorant on, and someone was like, "Holy shit, this place smells like shit," and then was like, "Oh, it's Chris. That guy didn't put deodorant on." And then the whole class laughed. I was so embarrassed.
I never knew that. So there's a traumatic experience that threw you into a spiraling cologne addiction.
So then ever since then, I've been in a very subconscious of how I smelled. So then when I started getting to cologne, I was like, dude, I'll never smell bad as long as I don't fucking douse myself in it. So then so I started getting cologne, and now I have about 50 bottles of it, and I'm sure at some point in the show I'll be like, hey, these are some good colognes to look into. Get them. But as Cavin started mentioning earlier, I got all my colognes, and I'm very happy of where I'm at, and I don't really need to buy anything. I'm sure
you're also addicted to candles too, though.
That's true. Well, that's the old pot smoker Chris coming out. I smoked a lot when I was younger, and I was like, well, I used to get the candles to make it not smell like ass.
Yeah,
so now I just kept that with me,
There you go.
But so then recently I was like, man, I need to get new body body soap, or not body soap, I'm sorry, shower gel, right? So I looked into this one brand called Cremo, and that was a brand that I saw when I used to work out at my old job. A lot of the execs there, I used to have that shower gel in like the men's restaurant, the men's like locker room. So I was like, oh, that's a trend. Looked it up and was like, that's interesting. Tried it and was like, wow, this scent not only smells really good, but like it stays with you for a long period of time. And on top of that, they're very good on layering colognes on there. So as of this recording, I have 6 bottles of
You keep wanting to say body soap, don't you?
Yeah. Shower gel.
There you go.
I got 6 bottles of shower gel, 4 bottles of shampoo.
And the counter in our shower looks bougie as hell now.
It does look very bougie.
It looks like we're in like a millionaire's bathroom when we are definitely not.
Yeah, and we make it look like it though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got your shit next to my Dr. Squatch products.
I mean, it just makes the Dr. Squatch products look better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love my Dr. Squatch, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. So I've got 3 of the Cremo shampoos, and then I've got an Old Spice Head and Shoulders shampoo. So every what is it, 3 days I put on the Head and Shoulders, and then everything in between I just use one of the other shampoos and then different shower gels and layer it up with some cologne, and oh my god, it smells so good.
It's funny, you have so many like body cleaning products and whatnot, and I have the bare minimal. I have enough to where I know I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then you got enough to, be fucking good.
Well, it's funny because I like to think of it as like that meme where it's like a guy with like 14 bottles of like shampoo, and then it's like another bottle of like bottle conditioner, and then it's like the shower gel and the fucking whatever, and then like it'll switch to you, and it's like the Dr. Squatch, but it's like 14 in 1.
Yeah.
It's like shower gel, body wash, conditioner, syrup, toothpaste.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen
hot
that
dogs. Hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just about done with the Sinister Scrubs, or it was either Sinister Scrubs or Suds.
Yeah.
Soap bar from Dr. Squatch. It was part of their second Star Wars series of soaps.
I'm only the one to try the Star Wars one because it looks so good.
This one in particular was really good. I liked it. It had a great scent to it. Next one I got after is the Snowy Pine Tar.
Are you gonna use it? Oh, I was gonna say, are you gonna use it for the winter? Ooh. Are you gonna use it for the winter times? But like it's barely even fall.
I'm just gonna use it just because it's in order of when I bought it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you ever take advantage of the promotions?
Sometimes.
Because I know we went to Target recently, and you were like, I bought Dr. Squatch. I'm like, but there's buy 3 get 3 free online.
Yeah, but they had the coconut castaway in the store for just like a few bucks. It's cheaper than buying it online.
Really?
Yeah, because when you buy anything online, it's like you got the shipping and handling and all that and everything. And just when you buy stuff in store, there's not as much taxing on it.
Right. I mean, I know like one of the bigger providers that like I buy Cremo from, weirdly enough, is CVS.
Yeah.
But CVS has that really weird thing where it's like you buy like the body wash could be $10, but they're gonna sell it to you for like 13. It's like, well, there's $3 of just like random CVS tax I just paid,
Yeah, like think about it. If I bought like those 2 bars in store, maybe they're like like $6 each or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I don't know the exact price, but it's just like you pay that and then like a little bit of change on tax. If I buy it online, I'm also paying for the shipping and handling and all that. But every time I do buy from Dr. Squatch, it's only when I really need to re-up, and I try to make sure to buy over. It's usually like $50 or $60. If you go more than that, then the shipping and handling's free.
Oh, nice! I just found out today that Cremo is $40, and then it's free shipping.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So how much more Cremo are you gonna buy? You sick bastard.
I think there's more body wash I want to get. I want to get more shampoo, but I've got like, I wouldn't say thinner hair, but like finer hair. And I like their thickening shampoo because it looks like I actually have hair.
Yeah.
And they've only got 2
Do you switch up the body lotions and shit from day to day?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Depending
right.
on how I feel. Like today I got the citrus sea salt and some other kind of scent body wash.
Yeah.
But yesterday I had the
I
cardamom and vetiver one.
Yeah, like I can't say shit about it because it's like I buy the Dutch Squash bars and I'll have like 9 to 10 bars at a time.
How long does each bar last?
Depends on how hard you use it. I can usually make them last like 3 weeks.
3 weeks for a bar? That's not bad.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. But it's a good product, and I like it. And they're not all like super fantastic. Some are better than others, but
Right.
I like it. It's all natural stuff, so that's good. The shampoo and conditioner they have is always nice. The one I got right now, the Summer Citrus, it like for some reason it kind of gives me like a fruity pebbles kind of smell. Yeah, I like it a lot, and I get their beard oil and.
Have you ever like used that soap and then when you rinse off, you're like, I'm standing in milk?
No.
Oh. Alright.
You know what their best thing though is?
What's that?
Their Alpine Sage deodorant. Best deodorant I've ever used because that scent literally stays on you all day. It is such a nice scent, dude. And you're like, the other deodorants aren't bad. But the Alpine Sage one, I'm serious. It'll be on me all day. I'll still smell it by the end of the day.
Next time you order a bunch online, let me know. I'll see if I'll Venmo you some money and you can just like order one of those deodorants. I want to try it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because the deodorant that I use right now is the Dove Fresh and Clean one because it's supposed to be like really therapeutic for pits.
Yeah.
And it smells really good and it stays on me for a while too. So.
I'm really glad their deodorant works well on me too because I used to only ever use just the original Speed Stick because almost any time I ever went out of it and tried another kind, I would always get like some kind of rash on my armpit.
Really?
Yeah, it'd be like real bad. It'd be like so red and itchy under my arms, dude. It would suck.
Dude, you used to use Speed Stick as well?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like most people use Speed Stick at least once or twice.
Well, when I was younger, like no one I used to use Speed Stick. That or the fact that my parents used to put Speed Stick in my lunchbox for some reason in middle school, so I'll like eat my lunch and my friends would be like, "Oh my god, it's a Speed Stick," and I'm just like, "Yep, that's it." So now it's really funny to think back on it, you know.
Yeah, Speed Stick seemed like such the normal one to me.
Yeah.
What was everybody else using?
I don't know, probably Old Spice. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I never really asked. The only reason people knew what I used is literally because I just had it in my lunchbox.
That's
I was like,
so weird.
all right, might as well just put it in. Well, you know, maybe I was a little subconscious. Like maybe I need to reapply deodorant throughout the day or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I do like the Dove one. I used to use a lot of Old Spice, which I still do. But like my buddy Jimmy swears by it, and like I'm sure there is probably some sort of like what's it called? Like the some research by it, some article or something, but like he's like, oh yeah, those deodorant with the white powder, like not the white powder, but it's like the white versus like the blue gel.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, they cause cancer.
Oh, wow. What doesn't cause cancer these days, though?
and it was just so funny because I was like, but what does it? And all I've been told is like there's a chemical in it that causes cancer, and it's like, but which one? I need to know this, and I never got a straight answer.
I tried using the Dove bar, but I felt like it made more of a mess and then really cleaned. And it melted away so quickly all the time. Like I could only ever use it for one shower.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's how I felt with the gel Old Spice. Like, it smells good, but then you put it on, like, 3-4 hours later, you're like, wow, I can really start to smell the BO.
Yeah, but that Dove bar would be completely gone by the time I was done with the shower. Just one shower. It's like, I don't get it.
Oh, you're talking about soap bars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about deodorant, so I'm sorry.
No, the Dove bar is just like that thin layer of chocolate on the outside would always melt away, and then we're talking about the Dove ice cream bar, right? That's what I used to wash my body.
Nice.
See, I was trying to pull a fast one on you. So I wanted you to get confused by me saying it would go away so quickly. But you were just like, yeah, okay, that happens, and just kept rolling. Like, it was just totally okay to you.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to use Dove ice cream?
Yeah, of course soap lasts one day. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense. Whatever. Growing up, it was funny because I never used men's soap. I always used whether my mom and my sister had, because for a while, I grew up with just my mom and my sister.
Yeah, and so they were like, you'll be another girl in the family. That's when you were wearing dresses and lipstick too, right?
Yeah, and the curly hair.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I was a fucking snack.
Christina!
Yeah. But you know what?
Come in and do that motion with your hands flat out at the hips.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, they call me Christina, but really I like to go by Christine.
Oh, that's so cute.
Thank you. I was fucking pretty Christine, let me tell you. But yeah, no, it's funny because they use their soaps all the time, and I used to be like, oh, I smell pretty good. But then, like, I think I was in college, and I was like, I want to smell like a man. So then I started getting like other like Old Spice, like Swagger bodies. Like, and I think I have some bars in the sink right now with them, just in case.
Did you ever use the Axe body spray?
Yeah, I remember getting unbelievably probably, I don't know if you consider it, but stupid, like, hyper high off it once.
What?
Yeah, I remember I had a friend named Xander Erlinson, or Xander Webster, I think is his last name. Sorry, Xander, if I get it wrong. But
you just gave away the motherfucker's full name on the podcast. People are gonna hunt him down and kill him now because of this story.
I'm gonna edit all this out. I had a buddy named Xander, no last name.
just Xander. He's like, Cher.
And we were in high school, and or no, it was high school. We were in middle school. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was living in my house in Dudley, and we were like, oh, let's sleep over and stay in my basement. So, like, we took an Axe body spray and sprayed the whole basement with it. It's the whole basement, and we were all fucking hyper on sugar and all that stupid shit. And then the next day when my mom found us, he was, like, under a couch, and all my sister's Barbie heads were ripped off.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then they were like, we can't find Chris. I was very small back then, so they found me sleeping in a dryer.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you would have thought we were having a rager or something downstairs. No, it was just a bunch of Axe body spray and
candy
and soda.
That's so fucking twisted.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious, dude. But I mean, I use like canned spray deodorant every now and again. I actually have one in my room. It's like Nautica.
Yeah.
Because it's like based off one of the cologne. I don't really care. I mean, I care using, but it's just like casual cologne, you know?
Yeah. I always thought Axe was weird. It had like that really strong scent at first, but then it didn't seem like it really lasted that long. And
Axe kind of reminds me of something like an immature kind of like.
Yeah,
like
yeah. It seems like it's a body spray for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just remember people using it all the time to cover up the smell of weed smoke on them.
That's actually
back in middle school when motherfuckers were getting high and it'd be like, oh, I need Axe to spray on me. yeah. I remember there was one fucking kid who lived in my neighborhood. I was friends with him. And I remember going to his house. He was like trying smoking cigarettes for the first time. Which,
oh God!
You know, he did. I didn't. I've never smoked a cigarette before in my life.
I have.
It's a pretty cool thing to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was doing that, and he was fucking like. Not only spraying his clothes with Axe because the parents were coming home soon, he sprayed like he was spraying like sprays into his mouth and shit.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke about that.
That's disgusting.
That
dude.
is disgusting.
I'm like, why would you not just brush your teeth?
See, right, and that's funny because like when it comes to cologne, there's like 3 places you don't ever want to put cologne, or 4 places, right? Or you know what? We're gonna stick with 3. 1, generally.
I thought you were gonna say 5. We keep upping the ante.
You know what? 7. Alright, 1, don't spray anywhere near your fucking face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
2, don't spray your fucking armpits. 3, don't spray your fucking genitals.
Yeah.
It's like the 3 places you don't want to spray, and this guy's like, I'm gonna just spray in area 1.
Oh yeah. Every time when I use cologne, I do 2, maybe 3 squirts around the neck.
Yep.
1 on the back of the neck.
Yep.
And then like 2 or 3 on the body.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I tend to do, it all depends, because like, if I'm in a very close space, 3 sprays. If I'm like moderate, like I'm walking around the house, 5 sprays. If I'm like going to be outside or in an area that's pretty big, I go like 7+.
Yeah.
And it all depends on fragrance, but where you want to go with is like right behind the ear.
Yeah.
2, so 1 and 2. Reason being, and behind the neck. And the reason being is like, these are your like, I think it's like the points where like more blood is like going through your body, and when you know blood is going through like right here,
yeah.
it's causing more heat, and when you spray in an area with heat, it makes the fragrance like go out more.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to spray there, and then what I usually do is if I go for a 5 spray, I go like on the collar of the shirt, so it's not like bothering your nose, but it's out spraying for other places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then everywhere else, I'm just like fucking. I just spray everywhere else in my stomach or something. I don't know.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using that Versace for a while, and I like it. I'm almost done. I got like maybe like 30% left of the bottle.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, but
Versace the Dreamer is a good one. It's one of
yeah.
my first ones.
Nice. And then I got that other one you gave me. Cool. That's the cool thing about you having a cologne addiction. I just take one of your bottles if I need it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's so funny because I'm trying to pick out like, okay, what kind of fragrance do you like what kind of scents, and then like what kind of situation you want to use it for.
I like just most scents. I'll smell it, and if I like it, I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna use this.
Yeah. What do you like about Versace the Dreamer?
I don't know, just like I can't really explain exactly what I like about it. Just I think it smells good. I just think it smells nice, and I like being able to say I'm rocking Versace.
Oh, there you go.
And then I go Migos, and I go Versace. That's what me and my brother did when I told him I was wearing it one day. It's good stuff.
I know that.
We almost had a guest tonight because we almost pulled in a guy who went to the wrong house.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We have where we live. We have what's known as a football house next door, where like a lot of the college kids, I'm assuming, they rent out that house, and they probably hang there, party there. Cool thing is they're not like crazy loud or anything. Like we've never had an issue.
Yeah.
But
actually, I've never even heard them before, so I think we're good.
Yeah, I never really have either. But yeah, a young gentleman came and knocked at the door, wondering if it was the football house, and I was very tempted to be like, no, but we're about to start a podcast. Want to be a guest?
Yeah, instead what we did was we said no and then sprayed him with 5 different colognes.
And then I shot him.
Yeah.
No, we sent him on his way. It was like right next door. It looked like he was going to try and walk through like the woods part at first. I was like, go around. Like, walk around him. Walk on the street, dude. You know,
well, it was funny because I parked my car.
Yeah.
And then I walked over and I was like, is that one of our neighbors?
That's
no,
funny.
it was just one of the college guys.
That was the funny thing about it too, yeah, because you had just pulled up.
Yeah.
And you were grabbing food. So when I heard the knock at the door, I thought it was you. I was like, you must have his hands full.
Yeah.
And I walked over, and it was like, oh, that's not Chris. Oh man, that was too funny.
Really quick on the cologne thing. Really quick.
Go ahead.
Thing. Yeah. My favorite scent right now is, what's it called again? Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got
Sounds very fancy.
It smells. I think it's like, I can't think of the notes at the top of my head. I know amber's in it, but it's very like.
Amber's
a lot
in
of people use it, but
we better get her out before she drowns. Amber.
What about Amber?
Amber's in it. We better get her out before she drowns.
I don't get the joke.
Because the name's Amber. You said there's Amber, and
I don't get what it has to do with drowning.
She's in the cologne.
Oh!
Good Lord. There are people, I hope there are people who are listening who got that joke right away when I said it, just so you can realize how dumb Chris is with me.
Speaking of jokes.
Hey, what?
Did you get the joke I was trying to say last night or the other night when we were watching Curb, or were you just being like, I'm not gonna just indulge in this?
What was it? I don't remember.
The fucking, like, we were watching it and then the waitress came out and you're like, that's a really weird fashion for, like, 2000s. And I was like, what are you talking about? And you're like, oh, she's got 2 shirts on. And
well, I wasn't saying 2000s. I was saying because of a waitress. A really weird waitress outfit.
Yeah, but did you get the joke I was trying to play off, or were you just like, I'm not even gonna
What'd you say?
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And you were like, yeah, she's got, like, a short sleeve shirt over a camo shirt. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't see it.
Oh, fucking Christ. No, I didn't get that.
And then
I didn't get that. I thought you honestly just didn't see that she was wearing 2 shirts.
I was making it, and then it was funny because, like, I kept staring at you, but you were so focused on the episode, and I'm like, he's not looking back. So then at one point I was like, oh yeah, that waitress's shirt. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't get to see that part. And you're like, yeah, crazy.
I had no idea you were trying to pull that joke.
Fuck!
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
So I'm looking at the wall here, and I'm seeing this this little Corona sign that we got.
okay.
It makes me wonder. Do you remember the first time you ever had a beer, and what your thought process was on it?
Like first ever, or
First
like
ever.
I was in 6th grade, and my family was taking me on a vacation to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we drove through, I believe, Virginia, or yeah, it had been Virginia, and it was my Aunt Terry's house. I think it was my dad's sister, and we were out in the barn, and my dad and his brother-in-law and all those people were drinking beer. And I was like, oh, gee whiz, what is that? And Dad's like, it's beer.
Wait, you were in 6th grade and you didn't know what beer was?
Well, like, it was a beer that they were drinking that I wasn't used to seeing.
Okay.
So then, like, he was like, you want a sip? And I was like, oh my God, I get to be an adult, I get to drink it. And I took a sip and I spat it out, and I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my fucking life.
Oh, yeah. My response to my first beer was very similar. I was in 7th or 8th grade, one of the two, because I remember I was hanging out with my buddies Matt and Mike, and we had snuck some beers from upstairs because there was a bunch of beers upstairs because Matt's dad was like together with some buddies or something like that. I forget what exactly. We were able to sneak 3 beers. I remember there were Miller Lights.
Yeah.
And we each were like, all right, we're all going to try it. And so I took the sip, and I hated it. Thought it was disgusting. I was like, how the fuck do people drink this, dude? This is gross. And Mike was trying to, Mike ended up, mixing it with Mountain Dew like a mixed drink. He was drinking it
with beer?
Yeah. And
what the fuck?
Like that. We were kids, dude. He was doing that, and I was like, I'm good, dude. I'm fucking never drinking.
Sounds like he would
I'm
be
never
drinking
drinking
liquor,
a beer,
but for
dude.
some reason you were just like, oh, no,
Yeah.
got the wrong one.
Yeah. I was like, I'm never drinking beer again. Now I fucking love beer.
Oh yeah.
It's like coffee. It's an acquired taste. I don't think most people like coffee the first time they drink it either.
No, it's really funny because I remember when I was younger, I always thought the Miller 64 song was very catchy.
What song?
The Miller 64 song. Have you ever heard of it? I'm sure you probably heard of it. It was a commercial.
Probably.
I'll show you the video after this podcast episode.
Okay.
But I remember being like, oh gee, when I'm 21, I'm gonna memorize that song and I'm gonna sing it all the time because that's so cool. And then I turned 21 and I was like, Miller 64 fucking sucks balls. I am never drinking this shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't start drinking beer until I started going to anime conventions with my friends.
I don't remember when I really first started.
Yeah.
But I even remember in high school still not being a big fan of it. I remember it was always the joke at the quote unquote parties or just get-togethers where we'd hang out with friends. Like Elliot and Nick, it was always the joke, when they clean up beer cans the next day, when you find one that's almost full still, oh, that must have been the one Cavin was drinking off of.
Oh my God, that's actually funny. Because one of the jokes, the inside jokes for the anime conventions I used to go to, my friend in the group, is we'd be cleaning up afterwards, and they'd be picks up a half-drinking bottle. Yep, it must have been Chris who just drank half the bottle, put it down, and grabbed another one like a fucking idiot.
Dude, that was when me and Rain were living together. We were both heavy drinking back then. That was always the thing with Rain. He would drink, but the more beers he got into, the more he'd be leaving in the previous can before he opened a new one. So it's
and he would just put it down and just grab another one.
Almost, dude. It was basically
so funny.
You clear the first 3 or 4 of them, and then the next one, there'd be a little bit left in the bottom, so then it'd be just a little more. By the end of the night, there was 1/2 full can of beer. If you pour those all together, you'd probably get a little more than one beer.
I have a very vague memory, and I'm sure you probably remember this one a lot better than I do. Okay. But I remember a long time. This is 10 years ago or so. I think it was Gage's 20th birthday or so. This was when you were living with Rain, because him and I walked to that apartment, and it was you, Rain, and Katie. And I was with there at Gage, and then we all drank, And then I was like, all right, me and Gage are gonna walk home. I don't remember anything that happened there. I just know that you guys were there. And then I walked home with Gage, and I remember Gage being drunk, walked over to a tree, tried fighting the tree, and I was like, Gage, you can't fight. That's a tree. And then he would be like, smite me, God! I'm going to fight this tree. And I was like, please don't. I don't want you to get hit by lightning.
That sounds like drunken Gage. It's right, because I don't remember that at all.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't.
Were you there, maybe? Maybe it was just Rain and Katie. I don't remember.
Maybe. It might have just been Rain and Katie. I might have just been in my room. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Or maybe it was one of those, like, hey, I invited Rain talking to me, being like, hey, I invited Chris and Gage to come over, and you were just like, yeah, tell me when Chris leaves, and he slammed the door closed.
I don't think I ever would have been like that. I do recall the first time seeing you, though, after, when you had dated my sister years before. It was at one of Gage's game nights, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, is that the game night where I was just being myself and I swore in front of Tavian and everyone was like, dude!
I'm telling you, I don't remember. I don't remember that at all. I do remember clearly seeing you the first time being like, oh, yeah. Well, okay, that's Katie's ex-boyfriend. All right, whatever.
I remember dating Katie, and it was really funny because I think I was sitting in the couch with Katie in your old house.
Yeah.
And I remember you coming down, and I was like, hey, Cavin, and you just, like, kind of glared at me slightly and went upstairs, and I was just like, I don't think your brother likes me, Katie.
I don't remember that, but I'm sure I did. Just one of those, dating my little sister, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I probably would have been the same way if, like, the roles were reversed.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Speaking back on the drinking thing, it's funny because I remember in high school going to my real first party. Oh yeah. It was like a Halloween party at our buddy Jamie's house. And it was like the perfect place to have high school parties back then because it was like off in Southbridge, like way deep off the road, like out there. And it was his house is in the front, but then like it was a big drive in the back, a big backyard up to another big farmhouse back there. It was just like way out there, so it's like we could be loud and rowdy and nothing would happen. No cops would have been called or anything.
My
like that.
stupid brain was like, most convenient place for a high school party, and it's just like the building across the street from the high school where people are like, all right, let's go party, and they just walk 2 feet. They go in the house and close the door, and the music starts bumping.
That's funny. Nah, but it was cool. It was a Halloween party, I remember, and I like an idiot wasn't think I remember just seeing so many movies and shit, and this was before the party. This was like talking at school about it. I remember Elliot telling me like, what are you gonna grab to drink, or what are you gonna try and get somebody to buy a drink? I was like, oh, let's just drink what's there, because in my mind I'd seen so many movies and shows with college parties and shit like that, and you'd always see it, and it'd always be just like kegs everywhere and people filling up beers.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was just gonna be that kind of thing where it's like somebody buys everything, it's all provided, and you go. And it's like, no, Elliot, so you're just going to drink other people's beer? And I was like, not the way it goes down. Like,
yeah.
And I finally realized, like, no, everybody brings their own shit. I was like, okay, all right. So I finally figured that out. I got our fucking older friend to buy us a couple of 40s.
Oh.
So that was nice. And then, that was a good time. That was a really good time. I remember getting real drunk at that party. And, I remember, I forgot, somebody showed up who I was like excited to see, and I was already super drunk. I had 2 40s in my hand, one for me, one for Elliot, as I was going back. So I did a stupid fucking jump up, like, hey, he's here, and I fell down. And I just I felt myself fall down. I got back up, looked at my left hand, saw my 40, looked in the right hand, only saw the neck in my hand and the broken glass in the bottom. I was like, no.
Have you ever done Edward 40 hands?
No, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, you know what it is, though, right?
Yeah, another one where they tape your fucking...
you take your 40s in your hand.
Yeah,
and you have to, Yeah.
No,
I've never done it, but I thought the concept was funny.
I remember it was really cool. We were... At that party, immediately we were just drunk and we were freestyling and whatnot. We had like a group of people all around us just like watching us freestyle.
Yeah.
I used to be better at it back then. I can't do it nowadays. I think too much and like I fuck myself up.
That's okay.
But
You can practice with me and I'll just have the source in my hand. Hey, my name is Chris. It rhymes with piss. I don't smell that bad. Something with fist.
It's wild too, because like that memory also holds like a little bit of a sad memory too. Because I remember this kid James was there, who was like, I was friendly with, like, we weren't like super best friends or anything like that, but we like got along in school, and like a couple of years after that, like after high school, he ended up taking his own life.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think. Like I remember he was it was funny actually when he showed up. He must have not had any fucking beer or anything with him, because like me and Elliot were talking, and he's asking Elliot if he could grab a sip off his 40, and Elliot's right in the middle saying, "I can't do that, man. I'm sorry." The fucking 40 slips right out of his hand and smashes on the ground. I was like, "Well, you're definitely not getting a sip of it now."
For sure.
Yeah. It was a good time though. We had a couple parties at that place. It was always fun. I remember I had a really drunk chick, thankfully, before she went and got like gangbanged by two other fucking random dudes on the car. She was like dancing on me, and she like made out with me a little.
Ah, nice, dude.
And then she went and like proceeded to do it with like 4 other dudes, and then get fucking attacked into the car. So I was like, at least I was the first. I was number 1 in that.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, it was funny because I didn't really go to a lot of parties growing up, but like that's why I went to anime conventions, because one of my buddies, Jimmy, he was older than us by like almost 10 years. So like I was 18 and he was like, yeah, I can supply the liquor and the beer.
Yeah.
So we just partied and did all the dumb, stupid shit you could ever think about at these anime conventions. Oh, but you know, I think I have some videos I have to show you afterwards that are like that are pretty iconic. Like I think there's one where we're drunkenly singing "Make a Man Out of You" by Mulan.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good one.
It's funny you say that, and it makes me think of the Man song from I forget his name. One of the guys from one of the creators of South Park.
Trey Parker.
I'm not sure.
Matt Stone.
I don't know.
Chris Marcel.
Shut up. But someone was like, "Well, now you're a man. Now you're a man." Like, it's so funny. I think they may have made that song for the movie that they did, Captain Orgasmo.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Captain Orgasmo or Miss Orgasmo or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a funny movie. It's so fucked up, but it's funny.
When I worked at one of my other sites in security, I had a security manager, senior security manager. He was like former Secret Service and like state police chief and stuff like that. He's like, dude, my favorite song, Team America. And I was like, no. Is it Team America? Fuck yeah.
America, fuck yeah. From Team America.
Yeah. And
America, fuck yeah.
And I was like, that's so left field from what I like perceived of you. You know what I mean? I didn't even think you knew that existed.
It's funny because like back in the day when I used to go on like 4chan and shit like that, which is totally stupid now, but I remember when when they assassinated Osama bin Laden, for like a week they just had that song played on a loop on the site. You gotta say, America, fuck yeah.
4chan, I wonder if she's a sexy anime girl.
It sounds like you'd be right.
4chan! Maybe that's what you say when you play golf in Japan.
4chan!
4chan!
No, that'd be so silly. Oh my god.
Hey, Cavin.
What's up?
Tell me, how many times does this happen to you? You wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, and you just want to go to bed, but that dang demon in the corner is just speaking backwards in Latin or something, and you just can't fall asleep.
Dude, all the time. I wake up at least like 3 or 4 times a night, and I see that demon in the corner of the room just taunting me. I wish I could get a better view of him, but people always tell me, Cavin, nightlights are for babies.
Well, you know what? I've got the perfect thing for you. the light box made by Figs Figmentations.
Light box? What's that?
It is this box made from wood with designs on the sides and the top. When illuminated by a light, it will then make the pattern and also illuminate your room.
Ooh, that sounds really nice.
Oh yeah.
What kind of patterns they got?
They've got the winter pattern.
Ooh, I see also that they have a snowflake pattern.
Yeah, and you know what? My personal favorite is the forest one.
The forest one does look like it'd be real nice.
Oh yeah, nice in a green light,
But you know what? I think what's really going to scare my demon away is the donut box.
Oh, I think so too.
I'm going to be like, be gone, demon! Fear my donut box with its sprinkles of doom.
These light boxes are made here in America by Tristan Newton. Every box is made with care and attention to detail with the highest quality of craftsmanship. And you can find this product on Etsy and on figsfigmentationsllc.com. And you can also follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter.
Seems like you can get it just about anywhere.
Pretty much. It's very accessible. And if you go right now to purchase your light box, you can use a 10% off promo code BRAMAN, BRAMAN, to get yours at a cheaper price.
Ooh, so if I just use the promo code BRAMAN at checkout, I can get 10% off?
10% to get rid of that pesky demon.
Ah, that is a steal. Such a cheap price to pay to get rid of that goddamn demon.
No kidding. And then you'll wake up in the middle of the night, and instead of going right to sleep, you'll just say, "Be gone, demon!"
And he'll flutter away like the little pussy he is.
Yeah, I think that donut light box is going to work for you.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to make sure to use that promo code BRAMAN, BRAMAN at checkout for 10% off.
Exactly. Well, check it out now. Figs Figmentation, everyone.
Get yours today. You remember? Okay, here another drinking related question. Do you remember the first time you got drunk?
Yes.
Okay.
I was with my buddy Adam, and we went to one of his sister's friends' houses, and it was me, Adam, his wife, girlfriend at the time, his sister and his sister's friend. And I remember getting super drunk off vodka and Mountain Dews. And I remember at one point Adam he embraced me, and then he was just grabbed my face. He's like, "Dude, I fucking love you." And I'm like, "All right, we're both drunk."
That's
what
funny.
What about you?
See, it's a toss-up for me because I can't remember which one of these events happened first, but they're both signature first drunk times to me. One of them was drinking with my buddies Nick and Elliot. I think I get it mixed up because I think we were also smoking at the same time, so I think I'm just associated with being high. But I remember drinking fucking orange juice and vodka.
Oh,
it's fuzzy navels or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a beginner's drink, really. I remember drinking those, and I definitely remember going and looking in the mirror and just be like, whoa, feeling good. Another time I remember was when I went to my brother's band room in Worcester, which I talked about on the podcast with Gage, where we were drinking and my buddy Dan was drinking the Snows. I remember drinking a 40 of Budweiser, and then I think I had a shot or two as well. I definitely remember getting nice and drunk that time, but we didn't smoke it all, so I just associated that feeling of messed up with all drinking.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, though,
So one of those two times, I can't remember.
Yeah. Shit, I was gonna make a funny drinking story, but I don't remember.
Haha, you suck.
I do remember the first time I got high though. That was fucking hilarious.
I remember the first time I got high too. So what was it like for you?
Oh my god! So I remember, so I waited till I was out of high school to smoke because I wanted to be the one guy to be yeah, I made it through high school without drinking, smoking, whatever, And then I got out of high school and I tried everything apparently.
Yeah.
So when I was doing weed, I tried weed. I was with my buddy Peter, and he was all I do is go on a ride and do a smoke and drive along or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Tried smoking there like 2 or 3 times, never got high. I don't know if I did it right. Probably didn't. But then I remember it was like my grandparents' 25th like anniversary. It was like the night after I hung out with Peter. And like I smoked with him, and weirdly enough, I think I smoked with his family too.
Huh, okay.
Yeah. So then at one point, he was like, let's go to Cumberland Farms, because he used to live super close to Cumbies down here.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, let's go grab like some food.
That's funny, because when I used to hang out with my buddy Matt, he was also right around the corner from Cumbies there.
Oh, shit.
Right, continue.
So we went to Cumbies, and that's when like it hit. And dude, it was like I walked in, and it was like fucking magic, bro. I was like, oh my god, what is going on? And then like he was like, all right, make sure you grab the food you want. And then I was just like saw the candy, was like Reese's, and like just grabbed like a handful of Reese's and Butterfingers. And then so I go to the counter, and they're like, how can I help you tonight? And just went poof, and it was just a bunch of candy, and the guy knew immediately, and he was just like having a good night. And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, pay for this and get the fuck out.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So then like I grabbed my food, and then we're walking back over to Peter's place, and you hear me unwrap a Butterfinger, and I took a bite, and he's like, dude, how's your Butterfinger? And I was like, oh, it's so good. And I came back and was like, this is the greatest thing in my entire life.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Oh.
See, you had like it sounded like you had a really good time, and you were, cool and like level-headed-ish with it.
Yeah, well, I was around my friend who's like experienced with it, so if I knew if I was having a bad time, he would know how to help me with it.
Yeah. I freaked out the first time I got high. Just a little bit.
Did you see Satan?
No. Elliot, my buddy, and I smoked for the first time with him and my brother and 2 of my brother's friends. It was Dan and Joey. I remember we were smoking in the basement at our parents' old house. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I don't feel like I got high that night. Elliot insists that he thinks I did.
Okay.
Because, mainly because I remember we went upstairs after we were watching The Simpsons, and like this one scene is like infamous with us. Every like, couple of years we'll always bring it up. But we're watching an episode.
Was it the one that you showed me where he's in the classroom?
Yes. Episode for The Simpsons. Homer goes back to college, and like. It's like the way I was about like thinking how college parties were in real life. He thought like college was gonna be like all the fucking college movies where it's the jocks and the nerds. But it's like he's in the class and professor like does like the science joke. He's like, separate the what I can't remember what he says, and everybody kind of laughs.
Atoms or something like that.
Everybody kind of laughs about it. Homer obviously doesn't. They're like, let's get started. He drops his notes, and Homer just starts dying laughing. Look at that jerk. He dropped his notes. He's the only one laughing, and it's so fucking hard he's laughing at it. And me and Elliot watched that scene back like 20 fucking times in a row, both dying laughing. God. And he insists that I had to have been high because I laughed that hard. But that was just regular me, too. Like, I was fucking loving this. I thought it was so funny. And like, as long as I got like someone else laugh with me, I can laugh that hard and stupid. Like I'm fucked up, too.
Yeah.
But the first time I feel like I really got high, again, with Elliot, again, in my parents' basement, it was me, Elliot, and Elliot lived he lived with foster parents.
Okay.
So it was this kid, God, what was his name? Joe. And he was a real cool dude. He was like a few years older than us.
Yeah.
A real cool guy. So the 2 of them came over because I invited Elliot over to sleep over, and Joe had nothing to do. So yes, if he could come through, I was like, yeah, sure, come on over.
Yeah.
So they came over. My parents were gonna be out like all night, pretty much, not getting back till late. So they brought like a bunch of food. Like we had like a bunch of Count Chocula cereal and a bunch of different shit like that.
Yeah.
And we smoked. We're getting high, and Joe wanted to use my dad's weight set that was downstairs. So he was doing bench pressing while me and Elliot were spotting him. And you know that feeling when you like get up real quick and your head gets real like whoa wavy, like the blood, blood's taking a second to get there.
Yeah.
We had just like set the weights down, and I got up And that was when the high kicked in. So I thought it was just that, but it wasn't going away. So it freaked me out. I was like, dude, this feeling's not going away, dude. I'm like talking to Elliot, and I was like, kind of freaking out about it. I was like, dude, and it, like everything seems fucked up, and this doesn't feel real. Like this shit ain't going away. And he had to fucking like calm me down and whatnot, and like,
oh really?
Like get me to the point where we just like laid in bed. And then after that, I laid in bed for a little bit, we just like watched a TV show or two.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. I remember I was going back upstairs and eating fucking Count Chocula and just laughing. I was having a good time after that.
Oh, good. I remember one time, like this is 2 separate times, but it was just so funny because this sums up how fucking stupid I can be.
Yeah.
So like I remember when I went to an anime convention once, and like my friends and I got stupid high, and we were like, oh, let's go hang out in the hot tub at the hotel.
Yeah.
I didn't have any water beforehand, so like I ended up dehydrating in the hot tub because I was so high and I didn't drink any water beforehand.
Oh shit.
So afterwards, people were like, you know, they were poking at me, teasing me as friends do, but they were like, oh no, Chris, you gotta make sure you drink your water. You don't want to get dehydrated like last time. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So then literally the anime convention after that, which I think was Katsucon or so, one of the two, like I was like, all right, I gotta keep drinking water. I drank so much water, I like almost drowned in water.
Wow.
Like I was throwing up water because I was drinking so much. So then afterwards, my friends were like, all right, maybe we should back off a bit.
Throwing up water, that reminds me of a story when I was younger and I got sick. I was younger, a kid. This is when I was living in the basement of my parents' old place. And it was like one of those typical 24-hour bugs where you're like throwing up like a bunch.
Yeah.
And I would always like get popsicles and Gatorade, so that when I threw up, at least like, it sounds gross, but at least it was like, it tastes fruity coming up.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like just burning stomach acid and disgustingness. But I remember I drank I must have drank like a bottle of water before bed, because I remember just waking up in the middle of the night, literally leaning over to the bed and throwing up all over my cement floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was all clear. Like, it was just like, it was essentially almost like I threw up water.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I, being the lazy fucking fuck that I am, just went right back to bed. Went right back to bed. I remember waking up in the morning, looking over it, and the floor looked perfectly fine. Dried up. Didn't look like it was any real mess. And I was like, all right.
I guess it solved itself.
No harm. No harm done. Because I remember I had fallen asleep with the light on at first. I would literally just fucking throw up all over the floor. And I just turned off the light and went right back to fucking bed.
Have you ever blacked out?
From drinking?
Yeah.
Nothing major. There have been like small moments where my brother told me about them, like the next day, where, like, one, for example, I remember I got really drunk at our old apartment, and I was in the bathroom because I was throwing up, and I must have just fallen asleep in there, like, up against the door in between that and the toilet.
Yeah.
Because my brother had his buddy Tom over, and Tom really had to go to the bathroom, so finally, like, Rain came over and he just fucking, like, pounded out the door, and, like, it woke me up, and he talked about me getting up, coming out of the door, just looking all fucking, like, confused, and he just, like, pointed to my room, and I just went there and went into bed. Don't fucking remember any of that at all.
I remember 2 funny stories. So, like, one very like related to what your story was, and then one where I was actually going to mention on the podcast with Gage, but I remember when I was younger, I was like in my early 20s, I was playing Destiny when I was living in Nevada.
It's your destiny, child.
I don't get it.
Go
I'm just kidding. Get it. And like I was playing online, and I had a Steel Reserve with me.
Yeah.
And I remember drinking a bunch of it, and then I remember that was the only time in my life I started to feel like blacking out, because I literally leaned back, and then like I saw like the vision of the TV start to get smaller, fade away, and everything else like right here was like black. So like I was almost like fading out of existence, and I was like, nope, gotta focus, can't black out. It wasn't terrifying, but it was definitely interesting to be like, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never drank Steel Reserve, but for a while I was on an Old English kick.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I used to drink Old English because it made me feel closer to the hip hop fucking life.
Is that when you twirled your mustache?
No, this was way before that. This was in like high school and shit. I did enjoy Old English for a time though, and it was like it would fuck you up, Old English too.
Oh, would it really?
Yeah, because it was fucking what is it, malt liquor or whatever.
11% or something like that.
Yeah, it's like stronger than most beer. Yeah, I would drink that shit. I remember drinking 240s. Actually, no, I meant to drink 240s and go out trick-or-treating. I could only fucking manage to get one down before I went.
Yeah.
But I was pretty drunk on it, going out trick-or-treating. And it was funny.
I remember...
Which is funny because, like, I stopped trick-or-treating at 20 years old. Like after I was 20. When I was 21 and Halloween was coming up, basically I said to myself, now that I can legally get drunk and trick-or-treat, I should probably stop trick-or-treating.
Right. The other story that was really funny to me was that I was invited to a party with my friend Meg, and I'm so sorry, Meg, but I got really drunk, and then I was like, I need to sleep. I gotta go to work soon. So I ended up, like, passing out in her bathroom. Like, on the floor, and people are, like, trying to use the bathroom. They see me, they're like, that's weird. And I'm just like, I need sleep.
Oh my god.
So I haven't been to another party of hers since. So I was like, wow, I really made her a good first impression. But it was funny because I showed up to work the next day and I had a Powerade.
Yeah.
And literally I was working at a data center and I was like, there's no one coming in. It's a Sunday. So I literally just climbed underneath the desk and slept.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember when I moved into my first apartment, it was with my brother and our old buddy John. And I remember one of the first nights I got really drunk there and I passed out in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I passed out shirtless in the kitchen on my stomach. And they pulled the old trick of like putting shaving cream all over my back. But I guess it didn't really, it like worked, but also it didn't work because I just like in my sleep rolled over on the fucking floor in the bed and most of it came off.
Oh.
And I remember going to bed. Well, actually, I don't remember physically going to bed, but I remember waking up the next morning and feeling like the crustiness on the back of my hair from the shaving cream.
Yeah.
And not knowing what the fuck it was. Oh my god.
I remember when I used to go to anime conventions. This is actually such a funny thing to think about, but at the time I was so annoyed. So like my buddy Jimmy, he would always be like, all right, rule of the room, you wake up in the morning, first beer that you see, you gotta drink.
Ugh.
Say, okay. So he would wait till we all went to sleep and he would fucking hide beers under our pillows. So I'd wake up and be like, what the fuck? God damn it, Jimmy!
Was it warm beer too?
Yeah.
Gross, dude.
Well, it's funny because I don't really mind warm beers. I don't mind them. I prefer them cold, but I don't mind them.
I remember having a warm beer once, and it was because like I had brought I was drinking Coors Light. That was my beer of choice at this time.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah. I had brought one to bed with me because I was going to drink it before bed, but I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then I woke up in the middle of the night, and like as I moved around, I just felt it in the bed with me. So I fucking picked it up, cracked it open, and drank. Dude, I took like 2 big gulps. It was like, ugh, it tasted like fucking piss. It was just like it was so gross.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh, this is awful. No wonder people hate warm beer.
Yeah, I don't mind room temperature beer. Warm beer? No.
Yeah,
No.
room temperature beer would probably be more okay. This was just like it was up against my body all like for hours, so it probably got a lot of. It probably got a little heat to it. Yeah. Not a fan of that. Oh my god. Fucking yeah. I think my beer of choice nowadays is I'm a big Guinness fan.
Oh yeah, I noticed that you've had some Guinnesses and whatnot.
I don't mind drinking Yingling, and Budweiser was the last one I had a real big kick on. But if I'm choosing anything in the store, it's probably gonna be just gonna be Guinness.
For a while, it was for me. It was Coors Light because that's a super easy one to get into.
Yeah.
And then like I was on a IPA kick, and then I went back to like Yinlings. That was my thing. And then more recently was Sam Adams Be Hoppy. was an
Okay.
IPA. I remember when we started hanging out a bunch last year, I used to grab a bunch and drink it when we were watching movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the most recent one is Michelob Ultra, because they're very light. They're like only 90 calories and like 5 carbs. And dude, I drink, but I want to try to be at least a little bit healthier when I drink versus like here's like 150 calories and 20 fucking carbs.
Yeah. I was never big into Sam Adams. Like, I never really enjoyed too many of their beers. And I know Boston guy, dude. I'm not liking Sam Adams, but I'm just not my thing usually.
I have
beers
one
I've always liked. Like I said, I like Guinness. There were for a while. Busch Light was the beer we were drinking a lot.
Yeah,
we drink a lot of those.
Truly was another one too.
Coors Light I liked a lot. Budweiser's. Killian's Irish Red was a random beer I really liked.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like, I don't drink too many IPAs. They're not my favorite.
Every time I drink IPAs, I have that snooty IPA voice. Where, I drink IPA.
Yeah. Like, craft beer is just like, it's whatever. Most of the time, it's just like a shitty beer that they try to pass off as being good.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, try this. It's really good as the guy's fighting back tears.
It's like vegan bacon.
Oh my god. I'm just making sure nobody ever has to eat this.
Yeah.
Fucking Ron Swanson.
Can I get another sample?
I still gotta say my favorite Ron Swanson thing is like, how much for a postage to Canada? What are you sending to Canada? Or what are you sending? No, it's just a letter to Canada. It says, Dear Canada, fuck you. I remember when we were getting the wildfires from Canada, people were posting that meme. Dear Canada, fuck you.
I like how when he's having like the party in the park and they're just like, where's your permit? I've got my permit right here.
Yeah,
it says I do what I want.
Says I can do what I want. I like the beer thing. It's like, there's a beer in the cooler. What about the kids? You can use the bubbler from over there to water down the beer. Right here, they just have water.
It's funny because I told my friend Adam that if I was a character on that show, I'd be a very, very equal blend of Ben, right?
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt's character, Andy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the very like anxious and like nerdy character mixed with the fucking goofy, good loving character, you know?
I don't know who I would be.
I'd be Ron Swanson.
You think I'd be Ron?
You'd probably be Ron and Andy mixed together.
Actually, that's not a bad. Yeah, you're probably right.
You and I, that's the one thing you and I have in common. We're very Andy-like. But then like the sub part of it is different, you know?
They have a breeder there. It's called Meat Tornado. Almost killed a guy last year.
I like it when Tom has that girlfriend and Ron meets her. He's like, oh, it's got a firm handshake. Oh, my dad said it. People who don't have firm handshakes are weak. You got a good one, Tom.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I get a turkey leg wrapped in bacon.
Yes.
Oh, the Swanson.
Yeah. Or like the one that we quote a lot, like, I want all the bacon and eggs. Now, you thought you heard give me a lot of bacon and eggs, but no, I want all of your bacon and eggs.
All the bacon and eggs you have.
Also, you have the Ron Swanson Pyramid of Greatness.
I had it. I don't anymore.
What happened to it?
I tried to take it off the wall and it ripped.
No!
It's funny because I remember having my sister get that for me for Christmas online, and it ended up being so much smaller than I thought it was.
Yeah.
It was gonna be like a big wall poster like that one over there.
Yeah.
But it was such a small one. I was like, all right. I mean, at least I got it.
I want to get one that's like we can put it up on the wall right there in the middle of the TV where it's like decent size, but you can still see it up there.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
I can't wait for that to never happen.
Right, cool.
What time we at?
We are at 1 hour and 1 minute.
All right.
You want to start wrapping things up?
Yeah, I'd say it's about time.
Yeah.
We're about to enter into the female orifice, so we better wrap it up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, you know what, guys? We really appreciate you guys taking this journey with us on consuming alcoholic and other beverages.
High school drinking stories and all that.
Weed and smelling good. If you want a good cologne to wear, go get Creative Ventus. It's only $500.
Good lord. Yeah, all our listeners, $500. It's just pocket change.
Yeah,
right?
it's just pocket change, really.
Oh my god. All right,
But if you know what, if you want another one, get
go to Dr. Squatch. This isn't an advertisement for
No.
Dr. Squatch. This is just me saying it's a good product. Check it out.
you know what? Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Intense. There you go.
All right.
It's like $50. It is a very well good product. It smells of like slight of grapefruit, but it's more of a summer vibe. I highly recommend it.
Dr. Squatch is nice too. All right, have a good one, everybody. We'll catch y'all next time
On the Brahmin Podcast.
Catch y'all later.
See ya.